Hey, Richest you money maniacs, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about Graham Stephan and what a genius he is when it comes to money. Let's get right to it. Hey, Richest you money maniacs, welcome back. Tom coming at you. In this video, I want to talk about Graham Stephan as a model for you, especially since you're working to master your finances. Now, I'm not really talking about Graham Stephan's success or failure with real estate. I am not talking about whether he's been successful or failed with stocks. I'm not even talking about that often he just completely misses the point when it comes to finance. He really almost has no clue most of the time. And it's really interesting to watch him because he's so reactionary. Anybody who actually, as far as I'm concerned, who criticizes people like Robert Kiyosaki and has no results to show for it is absolutely not credible as a source of information. However, Graham Stephan has proven one point that you as a person, as a money maniac, who is trying to master your finances and learn as much as possible, that you can actually learn from him. And here's the secret. So, what is it that Graham Stephan makes the most money on? If you've watched any of his videos, you know that often he'll show you exactly how much money he's making and where. And isn't that wonderful that we all know all his business? That's a strange thing about this culture nowadays. If you don't tell everybody when you go to the bathroom or what you had for every meal of the day, there's something wrong with you. Okay, so anyway, my point is, if you watch his videos talking about where he makes his money, actually, he makes the most money making videos on YouTube. That's his golden goose. That is a perfect example of fail, fail, fail. Oh, oops, I got it right. Oh, it's working. I'm going to the pay window every week. Now, mind you, he puts in a lot of time on those videos and he works hard at what he does. So good on him. It's unfortunate that he is so proud of his lack of education. That's the unfortunate side. Not like a money maniac. Money maniacs are looking for credible information all the time. So thank you for tuning in, and thank you for going and listening to Doug Andrews, Robert Kiyosaki, George Gammon, Tom Wheelwright, guys like those who actually have success behind them and then share their own experience. Oh, another one, Dan Pena. Great example. That guy's got so much money. Now it's just a matter of fun for him to share the information and watch other people be successful too. Oh, and to swear a lot. He likes that. So the point here is with Graham Stephan, he says he's a millionaire. And when you watch the videos, he implies that it's because he owns $1 million or $2 million worth in real estate. It is not because he has enough revenue coming in from any of those sources that make him the millionaire. However, he is making enough on each of his videos on YouTube to be able to do what you need to learn to be able to do. Experiment with real estate, experiment with stocks, experiment with insurance policies, experiment with gold and silver, experiment with starting a new business. First, Graham Stephan had to set up a revenue stream. That revenue stream was his YouTube channel. Now he's got enough money coming in, and maybe it's big enough now. Maybe he is actually a millionaire from YouTube alone. That then he started investing it in what traditionally would be a good investment, real estate. Except that what he's missing is that not only is the market, did it crash, and of course now it's completely overpriced, and there's another correction that's huge and coming, but we're not going to get into that. But real estate, especially residential, is going to be one of the next ripple effects of this whole crash in the economy, the crack up boom that everybody talks about because of fake money printing from the Fed. Right now, you're seeing the evidence of it in the commercial real estate market. because all these malls are closing. All of these rentals are starting to have challenges. I mean, you've got rental companies or malls buying the retailers out because the retailers can't afford to keep their doors open. So the malls are buying the retailers to be able to just keep the doors open to make it look like the mall is still functioning. I mean, that's really what you got. You've got basically ghost towns because malls are the size of small towns and there's nobody in them. So those people are now defaulting also. The whole market is collapsing. Once commercial collapses, what's next? You've got residential that starts to collapse also because we've got record high unemployment, record high people losing their jobs and businesses shuttering permanently. You cannot have that and not have, especially since there's such a huge bubble and overvaluation in real estate, not have the real estate residential market crash too. You can't have that, all of those extraneous circumstances, and still have the marketplace for residential real estate increase in value. Now, mind you, there's going to be pockets because right now a lot of people are moving out of cities and they're moving into rural areas. And so a lot of people are buying real estate sight unseen. So you have to be very, very picky and very careful. But even with that demand, supply and demand, right, driving the price up, even with that, there's still going to be a huge correction because what a lot of people are also forgetting is that the banks have been in crises for a few years now, even long before the health challenge of 2020. So that banking crisis, that financial crisis and global economic crisis, combined with the commercial market collapsing, combined with the airlines, the malls, everything, and the record unemployment, and the people just basically don't know what to do, right? You can be sure that real estate is going to crash also. Now, Graham Stephan, on the other hand, is taking the traditional approach. He's taking his money from YouTube and he's experimenting in real estate, and good for him. So what is the model for you as a Richest You Money Maniac? The model is build a residual stream of revenue that sends you money every month, and then take a small percentage of that and put it into something that you want to try. Try real estate, try stocks. I would strongly encourage you to put your money in silver or gold if you can afford it, or even better, both, and an indexed universal life insurance fund or policy, or also called a laser fund. Through Doug Andrew and through liveabundant.com. I would strongly encourage you to do that. I have silver and I have 2 IULs myself. Right now, I'm not going to buy gold because I'm waiting for the price of silver and gold to get closer, and then I'm going to switch out all my silver for gold. And then when silver gets closer and gold starts to go back up again and silver goes back down in ratio, then I'm going to buy more silver and I'm going to bounce back and forth. And then once the real estate crash happens and prices plummet, then I'll switch silver or gold into real estate. So that's my strategy. But think about this for a second. Again, Graham Stephan makes most of his money and almost nothing from his real estate and his rentals. It's all from YouTube. You need to find a stream like that. You need to find, you either start a YouTube channel or you start a network marketing company, or you find something that sends you money on a monthly basis or weekly basis residually. Start a company that just starts sending you money. Automate it. There's so many ways to build a business or to exchange value through automation nowadays that there's really no excuse. You have all of the tools on the internet and most of them are free. But that's what I wanted to teach in this lesson. In this video, look at Graham Stephan very closely, very, very closely. Don't listen to what he says. Just look at his revenue stream. He shows you where it comes from, and then try to replicate that for yourself. Something like YouTube that just, boom, you hit, you fail, and boom, you go to the pay window. Just that one time, and it keeps paying, it keeps paying, it keeps paying, right? You know, I'm actually a musician. I play music too. So one of these days, I hope to sell a song, because what happens then is I get residual income from that song for the rest of my life. Just like the golden goose for Graham Stephan and his YouTube channel, right? Just like that. Just the same thing. Or if I were to write a story, a book, and it just kept selling, it was popular, it kept selling, kept selling, kept selling for the rest of my life, I get money from that. Then I can experiment in real estate. Then I would be comfortable experimenting in other things. Now, mind you, that's not going to stop me from buying a business or doing something else too. But the point of this video is you need to look closely at someone like Graham Stephan and look at where his money actually comes from. Don't listen to his words. Look at his money flow. All right, so that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please make sure that you give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.